Okay, part 2. We've already looked at the comic strip. We've talked about what an inference is. We're going to scroll down. You may remember that we actually did this story in a comic strip version, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. So this should be a little bit of a review. It's a little shorter version. We're going to skip over that one and come to this one. Okay, so I'm going to have you read this independently on your own. If you get to a word you're not sure about, you can circle it. We may end up talking about it. Pause the video, watch this, and then keep going. Okay, so hopefully you read this part at the top. If not, make sure you notice it now. It says, Sir Gawain had a younger brother named Gareth. Gareth also wanted to be a knight, but his mother, fearing for his safety, made him promise to serve only as a kitchen boy in Arthur's palace. Okay, as you read, that's not what he ends up doing. He doesn't end up staying in the kitchen, right? And so it's asking us a couple of things. I ask you down here, what inference can you make about what will happen later in the story? One of your questions in your packet will talk about that. But we're going to go ahead and go down to question number 1. Number 1 says, this question has 2 parts, part A, part B. Which inference about Gareth is best supported by the text? Okay, and then anytime you see a little person over here on the side, they're trying to help you. So it says, read carefully to figure out why Gareth acts as he does. Why does he want to be a knight? What does he say he will do if he becomes one? Okay, so before I even read the answer choices, I'm going to cover them up, try not to look at them, right? And I'm going to go back and look at this. What does he say he will do if he becomes a knight? Okay, why does he want to be a knight? So I'm going to go back and look. I know at the beginning, she sends him the armor, and then he says to the king, my lord, I can fight as well as my brother Gawain. At home, we have proved it. Okay, so that at first, okay, I think that could be like, oh, I'm as good as my brother, right? My brother's a good fighter, I'm a good fighter. So he says, we've proved it at home. So they must have play fought at home. Then make me a knight in secret, for I do not want the other knights to know my name. Make me a knight and give me permission to right the first wrong that we hear of. Okay, so he says, make me a knight, and this is what he says he's going to do, right? Please let me fight and fix the first wrong that we hear about. So it sounds like he's kind of thinking of himself like a policeman or something. Okay, something's wrong over here. I'm going to go fight to protect or fix a bad situation. So that sounds like what he's interested in doing and becoming a knight. The king says, are you sure? I'm willing to promise, so I'll make you a knight in secret. Okay, so then this lady comes, and the king talks to her, my lord, my king, doesn't really say anything else about Gareth. Okay, so you see I'm skimming, I'm not reading every single word. Sometimes you do have to read every single word again, but sometimes you remember it pretty well like I did, and I'm just kind of skimming through. So down I go, and let's see what our options are. All right, what inference about Gareth is best supported? A, Gareth likes working in the kitchen. B, Gareth is eager to prove himself to the king. Maybe. Gareth is angry about the promise he made to his mother. Well, maybe he was at first, but it says is angry, so it means he's still angry right now, and he didn't have to keep his promise. His mom let him off the hook. So A and C are gone. D, Gareth wants to prove that he is a better knight than his brother. Okay, so which one is more true? Gareth is eager to prove himself to the king. Gareth wants to prove that he's a better knight than his brother. So what did he say he wanted to do if he becomes a knight? He said he wanted to fix wrongs. Okay, is that more about proving he's a better knight than his brother, or is it more about proving himself to the king? I think he mentioned his brother, but to me that almost sounds like I'm trying to prove myself to the king. Hey, king, I can fight as good as my brother, and he's a good fighter, so let me be a knight, right? It sounds more like that to me. At first, I thought it would be, I'm better than Gawain, but I think it's more proof of, hey, I'm a good fighter. You can trust me because we fought at home, and Gawain's a good fighter, so I am. So I'm going to see if B works. So part B, what evidence best supports your answer? Select 2. Make me a knight and give me permission to right the first wrong that we hear of. Okay, we talked about that one, right? Give me permission to fight. I'm going to prove myself that I can do this. So I would choose A so far. Then make me